All right, welcome back to my channel. You can call me Pat. Today's topic, unless you've been living under a rock, you know what happened in Brooklyn, New York. According to this article from CNN, Brooklyn subway shooting suspect was arrested. Everybody knows about it. His name, Frank James. But what I have for you today is what Mayor Eric Adams had to say about it. I'll let you know what I think about it. Let me know what you think about it. I also have two very good articles to support my argument on the subject. All right, let's do this and let's help each other in the comment section. Let's go.
Here's my question that I put out to the city. Hey, I thought Black Lives Matter. Where are all those who stated Black Lives Matter?
Nowhere.
Then go do an analysis of who was killed or shot last night. I was up all night speaking to my commanders in the Bronx, in Brooklyn. The victims were Black. Mm-hmm. Many of the shooters were Black. Mm-hmm. So I asked the question that was asking me when I was a child. It's 10 a.m., 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? Why are 16, 17, and 18-year-olds out in our streets armed with guns 12, 1 o'clock at night? When are we going to start asking these serious questions? If Black Lives Matters, then the thousands of people I saw on the street when Floyd was murdered should be on the street right now stating that the lives of these Black children that are dying every night matters. We can't be hypocrites.
All right, so the video stopped when he said you can't be an hypocrite. First of all lives matter. I don't play with that game. And I do not support Black Lives Matter. It doesn't matter if it's the organization or the movement. The organization, first of all, a bunch of fraud. I have an article here for you from The Independent saying Black Lives Matter apologized after 6 million California mansion purchase. This is the organization, a bunch of fraud. They made a bunch of money from liberal and now they're buying mansion. That's the organization. Now the movement, all lives matter. I don't care what you have to say. I have friends of every race, Asian, Native, Hispanic, Mexican, white, and of course Black. I support everybody and I believe that all lives matter. So I do not support Black Lives Matter whatsoever. Just a bunch of fraud. And I also have to say the Black Lives Matter movement or the organization is working against the police. How many times you heard defund the police, defund the police? Of course they want to defund the police. The police that's supposed to protect all the Black life, the Hispanic life, the Native American life, every life. That's what the police do. That's their job. And by the way, all those fake elected officials talking about defund the police, like for example, Cori Bush, who explains her position on defunding the police while paying for private security. Are you serious? Really? So to go back to what Mayor Eric Adams was talking about, it's all about policies, bro. So I agree with his comment, where is Black Lives Matter, right? The bunch of fraud. But I disagree with what he's doing in New York. It's all about policies, bro. You are the mayor. Work on those policies. That's what you're supposed to do. And when I am talking about policies, this is not my opinion. Those are facts. I have an article here for you from the New York Times. The headline is, these policies were supposed to help Black people. They're backfiring. This is from the New York Times, not the New York Post. New York Times. So allow me. It says here that New York City has experienced an alarming rise in violence over the past 2 years. This is from the New York Police Department. The article also says, while all New Yorkers are affected by rising crime, the brunt of the increase is borne by Black New Yorkers, Black people, right? In 2020, Black New Yorkers, who make up about 24% of the city's population, were the victim in 65% of murder, 74% of shooting. And they were also the largest racial group among victims of felony assault and rape. So it says here that it is hard not to notice that these tragic trends have emerged alongside the introduction of policies that were supposed to help Black New Yorkers, specifically by reducing the impact of the criminal justice system on their life. Over the past few years, policymakers have sought to rectify this imbalance, designing policies aimed at achieving numerical parity among racial groups when it comes to relative rate of arrest, conviction, and incarceration. Now, here are the consequences. It says here, but this strategy is harming Black New Yorkers. The strategy is harming Black New Yorkers. Where's Black Lives Matter? Nowhere to be found. Mayor Eric Adams, you are the mayor. You are supposed to work on those policies, bro. By aiming for racial equity in criminal justice rather than focusing solely on deterring and responding to crime, policymakers seem to have neglected the foundational purpose of law and order. What has followed? Here's what has followed. Sharp rise in victims of crime will remain, guess what? Disproportionately Black, and a slight increase in the percentage of Rikers Island inmates who are Black. So, policies. And if you live in New York, you voted for this. There's nothing I can say to you, bro. You voted for this. Next election, we're getting close to the primary. What you gonna do about it? You're gonna vote for the same people. That's what you're doing. So anyway, here's my second article for all the Black Lives Matter supporter and the defund the police supporter. Do you know what's happening in Chicago? Did you know that as of right now, just this year, 2022, there has been 153 victims in Chicago, people killed in Chicago. And out of the 153, 113 were Black victims. Did you hear about any of those names? The first name on the list is Malik Smith, a 14-year-old. He was killed in Chicago. Malik Smith, a 14-year-old Black male, died April 14, 2022 after being shot around 2 p.m. Did you hear about that? Did LeBron James or the NBA had shirts saying, say his name? Justice for Malik. Nope, you didn't. And the list goes on and on and on. There are people of all age. Those are Black victims of all age. From 13-year-old all the way to 80 some years old. Actually, I lied. There's a 12-year-old in the list, Nizeria Moore. Did you hear about Nizeria? Did anybody said justice for Nizeria? Here's the article from the Chicago Sun-Times. A 12-year-old girl died after being shot while celebrating birthday with family. Nizeria Moore. Did you hear about that? No, you didn't. The girl was pronounced dead late Friday morning at Carmel Children's Hospital, according to the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office. She was shot in the head. It says here, a 12-year-old girl who was shot Tuesday evening while out celebrating her 12th birthday with family in West Inglewood has died. Did you hear about it? Was Black Lives Matter present? Do you think they marched that street talking about justice for that 12-year-old girl who just died on her birthday? No, you didn't. Of course you didn't. You know why you didn't? If you are the type of person saying Black Lives Matter, and I'm talking to my liberal friend out there, to my liberal friend, my Democrat friend, all those Black Lives Matter supporters. Did you hear about this 12-year-old girl? No, your TV didn't say anything about it. So your TV didn't tell you, hey, there's a 12-year-old girl in Chicago who just died. She was shot in the head on her birthday. We need to do something about it. You knew nothing about it because you are brainwashed. And Black Lives Matter is just a bunch of fraud. Anyway, this video was just a response to what Mayor Eric Adams said about New York. It's easy for you as a leader to stand there and just say, where's Black Lives Matter? Where's Black Lives Matter? Of course, we know people, we know Black Lives Matter is just a bunch of fraud. 3 lesbian ladies who found a way to make millions of dollars from liberal who feel bad about themselves. Anyway, let me know what you think about this, bro. And God bless you.